Hi y'all, Jordan Lacey here with Joan Co Realty Group, and today we are answering a viewer question. His question was, storms and flooding. How bad does the Woodlands get? I have read that some areas get flooded, but I'm not sure about that. So in the Woodlands, you don't have to worry about flooding like you do in some other areas of Houston. In the Woodlands, there wasn't much flooding. So the actual township of the Woodlands, the only part that I know of that flooded is a small section of Creekside in Tiburon. So Creekside is a village in the Woodlands. It is the newest and last village of the Woodlands to be developed. There are still a handful of new homes that are being built there, but it's pretty much built out already. But there's a small section called Tiburon. It's gated, and I know like a little street like this, or maybe it was this direction, flooded. Now there are some really great tools that I have to help you stay away from flooded homes and areas that are prone to flooding. So the two ways are, if the home is already on the market, so if we're looking at a particular home for sale, then I have access to something called the seller's disclosure. The seller's disclosure legally has to disclose if the home has ever flooded. The second way, so I would open up that document and read that to you or send it to you. The second way to find out if an area is prone to flooding is by looking at the FEMA Flood Map. So any property, you just send me the address and I will just click and I'll tell you if it's in a 100, 500, or if it is not in a flood zone. You also have access to this information on your own if you just Google FEMA Flood Maps, and you can just type in the address and it will show you the flood map and exactly where it borders the particular area or address that you're looking at. So really awesome tools. For him, I said the last thing I would worry about when relocating here is the weather. So again, he was worried about storms and flooding. I said we all manage, millions and millions of us. You just avoid the flood zones. I wouldn't let you buy a home in a flooded area. I don't want to steer or anything like that, but in my professional opinion, flooded homes are not a good investment and not my personal cup of tea. So I have to tread lightly here because I definitely don't want to be viewed as someone that would steer you away from something. Obviously I'm here to provide you all the facts and all the details. But again, I told him about the FEMA flood maps and the two ways. The main thing I would worry about in general is what I told him is that you should live in an area where the elementary schools have really good ratings. You'll be happy for your children, your future children, and when you resell the home, that's probably going to be the thing on that person's mind, especially in the under 350 price point. I feel like a lot of those buyers are typically first-time home buyers, and the most important thing to them is typically going to be schools. So I told him what I wish for him and what I always wish for my clients is I would love for you to fall in love with an area or a neighborhood, and then we will find a home within that area that fits your needs. So I feel like no one ever regrets a neighborhood, but they might regret a home or vice versa. Anyways, I don't want anyone to regret either one, but if you are in the perfect neighborhood, but your house isn't perfect, you're still going to be super happy, in my opinion. So again, I'm Jordan Lacey with Joan Co Realty Group, and if you are relocating to the Houston suburbs, I would love to assist you. I personally am on the North Houston suburbs, but all of these suburbs just bleed right into one another and overlap and blend together. So I work Sugarland, Kingwood, Tomball, Klein, Spring, the Woodlands, all the way to, I think I said Kingwood earlier, but I meant to say Sugarland. So Sugarland, Katy, Cypress, Tomball, Montgomery, there's just Conroe. There's a million over here. Not really, there's like 10. But they all blend into one another, and I have a lot of knowledge and expertise in all these different suburbs up here. But if you are curious what's next, and you've already dove into the YouTube channel, I would then recommend scheduling a call with me. Whether you're 1 month out, 1 year out, 2 years out, I would love to hear your story and see how I can provide and be a good resource for you. So again, Jordan Lacey with Joan Co Realty Group, and I hope you have a fantastic day. I'll talk to you soon, and everything's linked below. Bye.